So we're looking at the start of York City Rowing Club at the top of your picture. Fantastic start for them. I think they look to be up against Thames Sea Crew. This is a real feast of British club rowing. You've got the veterans, average age of 40 at the top of your screen. York City Rowing Club, the eldest of them, the bowman Philip Press, 49 years of age, first rowed here in 1986. He's done just about every event. And Thames Sea Crew, they love to row, they train hard, they enjoy their rowing. It's the best of club rowing out there. Thames, of course, got several crews. Well, they qualified 4 crews for this event, and that's quite amazing to have that strength of club rowing, Zoe.
I think Thames are doing a really good job. Whatever's happening down there at the moment, I'm sure we could get some information out of their coach, Ben Lewis, who has a great history as a rower and a coach in various different clubs. I think whatever they're doing there is working. You know, you don't get 3 crews qualified for an event without the whole squad being very, very strong.
So, on my notes, I did not write too much about York City because I thought Thames might beat them. My apologies to York City, but talking down the boat in the stroke seat, you've got the 26-year-old. I think there's a warning there of York. I mean, they're so old and experienced out in the middle, they've got to get on their station. But stroked by the 26-year-old Daniel Lewis. They call him Private Pike, this being Dad's Army. Private Pike because he's the youngest. But you've got in the 6th seat Ian Edmondson, and I didn't realise Adrian Cassidy, who just walked into the commentary box, will be joining me soon. He's called Sheepy because he found Black Sheep Rowing Club, where sort of mates could go and row at any club they wanted to just because they were mates, and they had a kind of black and white sheepy outfit. He's won at Henley, and there's Sarah Winklis.
Yeah, she's been warning the York City crew for quite some time, and I don't think she was happy that they were responding quick enough to move back onto their station. And whilst they are comfortably ahead of the Thames crew, they are basically sending unsettled water from their blades down to the Thames crew, which is kind of considered a fairly unsportsmanlike thing to do. And I think she was unhappy that they weren't responding, but now they seem to have got back comfortably onto their station.
Yeah, gone with the days. Actually, I used to think it was great being at Henley because it was all part and parcel of the race, but that seems to have changed, particularly with the disqualification of Neerhouse against Leander in the final of the ladies last year. But this York City crew, it's a fantastic achievement. They got together to row the head of the river, and then of course that race was cancelled because of conditions, but they thought, why don't we go on for Henley? And they had this first round race against Thames Rowing Club C. It's a decent contest for them, and you see this guy's average age of 40, and they're just going to go through to the next round. The Thursday of Henley is a fantastic achievement.
Good decision to make, to stay on and row at Henley Royal.
Absolutely. Thames Rowing Club there battling bravely. I don't think that they can, well, they'll probably run out of water. It's a tough ask to get an 8 to move back that fast at a late stage of the race. Of course, your 8 did that in Rio, Zoe.
Not quite that far, but maybe half that distance. It can happen. It can happen.
What do you need to do to make it happen?
You've just got to throw everything at the wall and just hope that you can keep your form together enough to make sure it's efficient.
So let's have a name check for these York City rowers. Philip Press in the bow seat, Paul Richardson rowed in the GB Coupe back in 1991, Charlie Heiss rowed in the Junior Worlds in 94. There's experience there. Pat Evans almost beat Johnny Searle and Richard Stanhope in a double at the Met Regatta in 2002. That's his famous point. Ben Bollins, Ian Edmondson, the 48-year-old, we've spoken about him. Andy Wilkinson, Brit finalist in 2006, the 36-year-old. Dan Lewis, Private Pike in the stroke seat. Cox, we haven't mentioned her, by Lewis Hawkwood, just 23 years of age, not even born when half of this crew first raced at Henley, Zoe.
Yeah, Thames have thrown a lot to come back at them, but York City are going to hold on to this, and great race from both of these crews in one of these early rounds of the Thames Cup.
So there you see York City deservedly take that. They took the lead early on from Thames Sea. They came back at the finish, but it's a great result, not just for York City, but for British club rowing, alive and well in these 2 contests that we've seen between Thames Sea and York City Rowing Club.